Well, with that groovy tune, you know what time it is. It's time for Pop Spot Presents. I am your host, Andre. Joining me, as always, my boy, AWS. And joining us here today for the 4th edition of the Pop Spot Presents, we got the German Juggernaut himself, Big Moses Luke. Hello, sir. Pinkies up.
Pinkies up, gentlemen.
Pinkies up.
How you doing, sir?
It's been a good day today, man. I'm counting down to the weekend, getting back on the road.
Yeah,
Lovely.
Finishing my weekend. Perfect. We are here. We're chatting with Big Moses Luke. If you've seen the episodes before, you know what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about his life. We're gonna talk about him in wrestling, but we like to start with, when did you become a wrestling fan?
When did I become a wrestling fan? Well, I don't know. I remember my old man is the one who got me originally interested in wrestling, and he's probably the one who was always against me wrestling the most, which is kind of hilarious. I just remember watching a lot of it on the old TV, in the afternoons and this and that, like at AWA and old WWF, and it got me hooked. And then me and my buddies in school, we kind of had the same idea. Oh, it looks like somebody's at my door. I guess you can hear that.
All good.
It is
All
what it
good.
is.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Anyways, so of course it's got to go off now.
It's fine.
I got off track here. I met my buddy Owen in elementary school, and the two of us we kind of like eat bread, like eat, breathe, drank, and like everything everything involved wrestling, and it kind of grew up that way. And we literally, we used to wrestle around in the backyard like most kids do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the wanting to do more and seeing this, and then being introduced to independent wrestling, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're watching shows where, it's a lot closer. It's not big WWF stuff, and talk to the right people, and then eventually you just kind of stumble your way into the business.
So I do have a question. Where did you find independent wrestling? Do you remember the company that you found as a fan?
Originally, when I was younger, like in Winnipeg, there was RCW that was running, River City Wrestling. There was Canadian Wrestling Federation, and then there was there was one more. Hold on, I'm trying to remember this one. They were only around for a little bit there, but I remember going to all the shows. I think it was like a PPW, something along the Prairie Pro Wrestling, something along that line. I may be wrong on that. Please don't quote me. But yeah, no, I remember going to these ones, and it kind of got me hooked when I was younger. And it just, we were always kind of wondering how to get our foot in the door so we could actually, play in the big ring.
That's awesome, because I didn't start going until started going when I was like in my 20s. I started going to indie wrestling, so it's like. And you like seeing like the young people come in enjoying professional wrestling, because again, it's like, hey, the fandom is staying alive. You know what I mean? You like
100%.
to see that.
No, yeah. I love when the kids' faces light up and stuff, whether they're yelling or cheering or whatever they are. You just see them getting into the moment, and I don't know, it's something rewarding about that.
Oh, 100%.
Always very cool.
So you started going to wrestling, you're like, you want to get in. Where did you go to learn? Were you the backyard guy, or was it like? I think we all did backyard wrestling at some point.
Yeah.
Well, myself and a couple of my buddies, we were all just kind of wrestling around in the backyard. It was myself, Ronnie Attitude, who's traveling back on the road now, and the Big O, if anybody remembers him from out in Manitoba. He was a little skinny dude too. We were all childhood friends, broke into the business together. Mm-hmm. And we literally, our main training came from, I guess, like to start, we went out to Selkirk to body slam wrestling. And it was because the guys that ran that were Matt Fairlane and his brother. And I went to school with all these guys. So I was in high school with all these guys. So they mentioned it. We started talking about wrestling. And then I said, well, I got two buddies of mine from the city because this is up in Selkirk. I'm like, I'd like to bring them out. Let's, we'd like to learn. We want to do this. So that's pretty much how that started in that sense. I was learning to bump on like thick judo mats in a gym, not in a wrestling ring.
Yep.
So, that was lots of fun, kind of kicking my ass right off the hop and being like, oh, I really better love this stuff because otherwise, you know what I mean? The pain better be worth it.
I've heard so many stories, like reading books from wrestlers and like just hearing the people do in interviews of like they learned in a boxing ring or they learned in something that like it's just super uncomfortable.
Well, yeah, and that's pretty much all we had for us because the guys didn't have a ring yet, and they were just renting a ring from Tony Condello at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how that came around. So showtime comes around, we have an actual ring, but until that point in time, we're just learning on these judo mats and stuff like that. So that's like where it all kind of started.
That's like an inch thick or something.
Oh, and they're stiff as hell too. They have like no give. They really suck. I'm not going to recommend it at all. Yeah.
That sounds absolutely terrible to learn on because you're just crushing your own body. That really sucks.
Oh, it doesn't help when you see some of the rings afterwards. Because after this, we started doing some shows for BSW, and literally within a couple of shows, some gentlemen from the city that were working for CWF at the time, which happened to be Vance Nevada, Adam Knight, and Steve Stryker, Darren Metzler. I don't know if you guys know him too.
That one I don't recognize. I know Adam Knight and Vance Nevada for sure.
Yeah. Stryker's up in Grand Prairie. I think he was on the radio and up there. And anyways, good guys. Anyways, came and picked us out of the crowd and said, "Hey, do you guys want to learn more and further this? Come into the city and learn at the CWF Training Academy." So, of course, we're all going to jump on this because we're like, okay, more training, actual ring, independent group we've gone to see that's running regularly and all over the place. Cool, why not? So then we started training there, and then I got schooled in a lot of stuff by some veterans, and we got beaten daily. You know what I mean? And like in a good way, you know what I mean? Like it's to toughen you out, right? Because it's not ballet. I remember stories because this was at Warbon International Trucking or whatever that Ernie Todd owned there, because he had it in one of the garages at his trucking company.
Oh, dang.
And the ring was set up in there, and like I remember days when Brian Jewell would come out after he was working a little bit, wipes his greasy hands off, and he's got like mitts like a bear, and like I mean like my hands are big, but like he makes my hands look tiny. Okay, and I'm sure you can guess what comes up next. All right, kids, everyone in the corner, line up. It's chop time, and then just takes a break to come chop the kids that are training. And like, I'm the only really like bigger person there. Like Ronnie was maybe $120. Owen was maybe $110. And I think the only other person of reference that was in that class that made it anywhere would be Spider. But yeah, that was definitely one of those core memory unlocked. Big bad Brian Jewell walking through, and Brian was a great guy. I became great friends with him as I progressed my career early on.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, you've been doing this, like 20, 25, 26 years now.
A little more.
Even more. Almost 30 years. Almost 30 years now. So
January was my my anniversary, I guess. I'm at 28 years now, so
wow,
28 years.
Damn. Yeah,
that's a long time.
But
like you still got. I think we watch you consistently. So again, you start out in Manitoba, like just the kind of just doing the local runs, right? Like just getting with whoever you can. I gotta ask, being that you're from Manitoba, when did you ever do the Death Tour? For this
I had the opportunity on a number of occasions to go up and do this for Tony. But on most of those occasions, I always got the call from Tony afterwards saying, fuck, I gotta cancel you right now. Stiffen, fucking Don, he booked some extra guys and I can't bring up anybody else. And I'm like, oh, awesome. You know what I mean? Like, just the typical Tony. As I dropped an F-bomb in there too. My bad, guys.
It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly
We're long
fine.
past the swear barrier. You're good.
I'm horrible for that. But yeah, no, that I've gotten that phone call a handful of times. But yeah, never did the full Death Tour. No.
Okay. Yeah. Again, and you probably did get to work for Condello just in random shows.
Oh yeah. Like I've worked on a lot of those reserves, but just never on the official full Death Tour on the beginning of one. But that was about the extent of it.
So you get started. So it's the Winnipeg promotions in the early. I'm guessing kind of. I know. Just look again. I was looking through the cage match and everything. I know it's not complete.
The cage match is always funny because like they miss so many things on there. But like again, it's whatever's posted on the internet's what the guy reads, right? So
yeah. Again, I just go through to kind of just get a gist of places you've been. It's like
it's pretty on the nose.
I get it. And like I know the early stuff, RCW in Manitoba and everything. So like. Mm-hmm. What was it like in the early days? Like when you're first breaking in, like how did it feel just being the kind of the young new guy in the business working there? And
I was young, dumb, and full of energy.
Full of energy, you know.
So I got talked into doing hardcore for the first bit of my career.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was one of the quote unquote early pioneers, shall we say, of the thing in Manitoba.
Wow.
I was always referred to because of my dress from the owner of RCW out here as the Balls Mahoney of Manitoba because I looked very similar to Balls Mahoney. I had the jean shorts, the whole grunge look, and all that wonderful stuff. So and. You know, you start swinging stuff around. They start to make assumptions that you're the same person here.
If you can make it work, make it work.
Exactly.
Hey, just roll with it, right? That's what I say. If it gets me another booking, sure, why not?
Hey, in the late 90s, early 2000s, Balls Mahoney was super popular. You use what you can. If you look like a guy, you say you look like a guy.
Yeah, minus the facial hair. I had like zero facial hair because unlike all the lucky gentlemen here that I see in front of me, I can't grow a good beard. This is about as good as this stuff gets for me.
Honestly, this is as good. This is as long as I can grow it. This does not grow very far for me, and so I just keep it usually just the goatee style because I can't do the beard. The beard, it just stops and just starts curling and just looks weird.
I couldn't even grow a good mustache until I was in my mid-20s, and I mean mid-20s. Like if you look at pictures from when I was younger in wrestling, you see the little dirt stash that I kind of barely had going, and it's horrible because there was a mustache there, but my hair is so bloody blonde you can't see squat in the photos.
I've seen some of those photos, and it's like is this a different? You wonder, is this a different person? Like you legitimately wonder because like the no facial hair, it's so weird. It's like
as soon as I grew the mustache in, it was like I'm never shaving this thing ever again. I look like I'm 12 without it.
I was lucky at 12. I had this.
I was lucky as young as I am to get this, and it's like all I ever get is people calling me Amish or Rose.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna lie, I can kind of see it. Get some suspenders on that, and then
I'll bring you some suspenders.
Cosplay.
I can bring you suspenders, bro. All right,
great. Let's do it. I just need a white shirt, and then I'll do that for Halloween.
That's tremendous. That's tremendous.
Yeah.
I'll lend you my dress. I'll lend you my ring announcing dress shirt.
Let's go. Let's go.
You can
October. Let's do this.
Done.
That's awesome.
Ian, you spent your first couple of years in Manitoba. When did you start touring? When did you start like branching out to like go to different places?
My first time on the road, I want to say it was 2000. I went. I got asked to come out to Regina for Charlie Hayes and World High Impact Pro Wrestling, WHIP, if you will, which later became High Impact Pro Wrestling, HIW, and all that wonderful stuff.
HIW.
Yes, sir. So I got invited to come out there, and this was I'm about 2 years in the business now at this point in time, still pretty green.
Yeah.
And I roll into town and I get told, "Oh yeah, by the way, now you're doing a hardcore match against this Massive Damage guy." Now, and Massive was well known around then, for doing the hardcore stuff and the crazy shit and blah 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 and all that wonderful stuff, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I was I was a little nervous because I'm like, "Oh shit, don't know this guy from a hole in the wall." I'm like, I've only seen some of his stuff, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna find out how this is gonna go. So overall, had a great little time. The one thing that was kind of in infamy, shall we say, that the people remember from then, and also the fact that I think Massive put it on every demo tape he sent out after, was the I don't know, the infamous jumping off the U-Haul through a table on a guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's you.
That is me, my good man. That was on the table.
I didn't know that was you. I knew it was Massive, but
yeah, Massive jumping off the top of that U-Haul, and that's my stupid ass laying on the table.
I love when a revelation comes to Andre because it so rarely happens on this show.
It's funny because I've gotten that from so many people. That was you? I'm like, yeah, that was me, because they announced me as Moses Rotten that night, not Moses Luke.
Again,
That's the big Ian and Axel Rotten guy. Yeah. So that was me. I'm telling you right now, I very much questioned it when I was laying there, and I watched him on the top, and I'm looking up here, and I'm just laying on this table. I'm like, oh shit, this is actually going to happen, isn't it? And like everything in my brain was like, I can't believe I agreed to this. Oh shit, here he comes, and through the table. And he first, you okay, kid? I'm like, yeah, I feel great. You cracked my back. It was sweet.
You cracked my back. It was
worst part about it all. I was sitting with Massive later in the night, and on his thigh, from his knee to his hip, was purple because he hit the edge of that fucking table. Oh, buddy.
Every time I see that bump, I go, "Oh my god, what just happened?" It looks so rough.
It was a rough looking one.
I've only just ever seen the bump. I've never seen the match. I've only ever seen the bump. So because it's kind of infamous in YouTube, and like it's out there. You can find it. It's an insane move, but for years I didn't even know it was Massive Damage. So years later when I started going to Monster Pro, and then learned who Massive was, and then somebody mentioned it. I'm like, that's Massive? Holy crap. And then I just learned today the other half was you.
There you go.
That was at the Tartan Curling Club in Regina.
Oh, geez.
Wow. And the table was liberated from the club. So yeah.
So as you started to travel more, and did because I know now you travel constantly.
Yeah, constantly.
Was the travel a big thing early on, or was it just an odd shot here, odd shot there?
For me, early on, it was pretty much just little odd shot here, odd shot there. Between life and work and this and that, I never could make things work properly early in my career to be able to hit the road a lot. So, you know what I mean? I just kind of took it as I could and just kind of sharpen my iron at home.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Nothing wrong with that. Again, we all have real lives that we have to exist in. Trust me, if I could just ring announce wrestling and do this all the time, I'd be happy.
Oh yeah, no kidding, right?
Right, yeah.
So as you're starting to do more, how did the expanding come? How did you start kind of moving around, and what really brought that on to start traveling as much as you did?
I think the traveling all started. I'm gonna try to say. I want 2014 or 2015 is when I really started like hitting the road hard all the time because I could finally, make it all work and this and that constantly. So I was coming out to like obviously pre-COVID stuff here.
Mhm.
Driving out to Alberta as much as I could. I know I'm hitting up Regina and Ringside as much as I could in there too. And we had like a regular car that used to come out all the time. So it was like, okay, cool. Same road people, same this. It was good times. And yeah, just like the being able to go into a different market constantly, like it seems like a different market, like even though it seems more like I wrestle in Alberta probably more than I wrestle anywhere else. So I guess technically it would be my home market, but not.
That's home away from home market.
Yeah, it really is, honestly.
Yeah.
I think probably one of the first times I saw you was around 2015 because I remember going to Saskatchewan with RCW, and we did a show in Kyle, but then we went down to Moose Jaw for a ringside show.
Yeah.
I'm very sure I remember you being there at that show.
Should have been probably.
But yeah, because and that's like one of the, I'm like, I know he was there at that time because I remember it was just those early memories of seeing you wrestle at that time. Like, and it's probably the first time I ever saw you, and I'm like, oh, this dude's insane. Like, I could legit, like at that point, I was very early on with working with wrestling, so I was like, this dude's kind of insane. It scared me a little.
Well, that was a lot more of the heel Moses Luke era too. So,
yeah.
Sorry, I shouldn't have drank right then.
That is what it is. Yeah, hail hydrate.
So you started traveling. So you started like working ringside and I know you. I'm pretty sure you were champion there.
Yeah, I've been heavyweight champion there a couple of times, and they're tag champion on a number of occasions.
Yeah, because I remember that because that was, I think Joey Vendetta ran that company.
Yes, he still does.
Yeah. So, still does. I didn't know if that was still around.
100%. Joe's still running hard and running monthly. So they're drawing some great crowds out in Regina right now. I know Tyler and myself have been there a fair bit recently. So, but the crowds are insane and loud.
I remember it being in the show I went to was in the basement of a church.
It's in Moose Jaw? In Moose Jaw there?
I think
is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
It's not so much a basement as it is the hall is like a couple steps down from the main area.
But yeah, so we had to go down a few steps to get there. But so not the basement, but yeah, it was like the downstairs hall of this like church or event center.
Filthy Phil's is a block away from there, by the way, on that same strip. That's how we got it.
Wow, nice. Love that. We're close to home.
Yeah, it's because Dixie Dragon came in with one time into the dressing room. Yeah. And I'm like, that smells amazing, man. What is this? He's like, oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Filthy Phil's. It's a cheesesteak place. It's like literally a block up from here. I'm like, get out. And then I went there, had one, and fell in love.
There we go. And that's the origin of the Filthy Phil's company.
Yes, sir.
Juggernauts. There you go.
So you started with the ringside. I know in that time you started coming to Alberta because I remember seeing you on just random RCW shows and stuff. So, with the expansion of all that, how does that affect your everyday life? Traveling, how do you go from where trying to do your shoot job and also trying to get out to Alberta on a weekend? Like, how do you balance that?
Lots of good planning and vacation days is how I did it all the years, man. That's all it is. It's really all it is, and that's all that's what kept me going, especially when I started doing it at first. Like I said, just lots of vacation days, good planning, and maybe a couple days here and there where I used to take non-paid days. But then you go out there, make a couple bucks doing something else. So
yeah, you're out on a weekend. Call your boss on a Monday because you're still on the road back. Not feeling good today. While you drive.
Never been an issue so much in that sense. No.
Okay. Yeah, because you're one. You guys, I know you're one. You guys just hammer through the night, kind of switching off with the different crews. I know you ride with Tyler a lot now. I know you guys I know it's a lot of hammer through, just take turns. I know that. I've heard that from a lot of guys. It's just
get her done.
Yeah.
Plus,
I remember,
plus the factor it takes us a little bit longer because we're we're green and we drive an electric vehicle on the way out. So
I got to make those frequent. So you really have to make your plan on where you stop, where you're going to be stopping, because you got to make
yes,
sure.
sir. But you know what? I wouldn't trade it for the world, man. I love that truck to the T. Best thing I've ever purchased.
There you go.
It's a phenomenal truck.
And now with the way
Especially right
gas
now.
prices, yeah, exactly. Where gas prices going right now, you don't even want to know how little I pay to fuel my vehicle.
Damn.
God, that is lucky.
Promoters love that, though.
Yeah.
Why do you think I got it?
Right? There you go.
And the design of your truck is absolutely phenomenal, which we'll talk about in a couple of minutes, because I want to get into that into this team. So when did Tyler James become? When did you guys hook up as a team? When did this start?
I want to say, I think it was 2023. Like Tyler and myself, we've been close for eons, like 20 plus years friends. You know what I mean? And if you look back on the cage match stuff, he actually was my manager when I was in Ringmasters Entertainment, when I was running as heavyweight champion over there. He's the dude with the big mohawk that's actually managing me, believe it or not.
Oh yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And he's got a clean shaven face. He looks completely different in the photo.
So wild imagining that guy with a mohawk.
Oh, and like it was a big one too. It wasn't like a little one too. Like we're talking a couple feet, man. Oh yeah.
I've only ever known and really seen one person in life outside of my early clubbing days that ever had the big mohawk, and that was Alistair Dark in PWA. This is
Alistair Dark.
This is before you even
way
showed
before
up.
Me.
Yeah, it was like 2 decades ago when he was there, and he had this like giant mohawk. So he was doing like a goth gimmick, and he had this giant. That's the only person I've ever seen in the business with a rock and mohawk.
Randy Myers.
Okay,
yeah, Randy Myers.
Randy Myers. I didn't even think
he sported that big green thing forever.
You're right. I'm very wrong. He had that mohawk. Sorry, two. And it's the same goddamn company at that time too.
All right, that's great.
All right, so Tyler was wrestling for Primo's Wrestling at the time, and he was their heavyweight champion. And there's a long storied history between myself and the promoter of Primo's.
Is it Mark Merrick?
Yes, that would be Mr. Merrick there. And we've had some, let's say, bad vibes in the past. And all of a sudden, Tyler keeps hammering me. He's like, come out, come do the show, come be my heavy on this, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? It'll be fun. We'll have some fun for once. I'm like, yeah. He twisted my arm enough. I'm like, okay, I'll give Merrick a shot, and we'll say bygones be bygones, and go make some money. So went over there. And that's pretty much where it all started. But we definitely started out on the other side of the coin, shall we say, as heels. And it was definitely but people loved it. I'll say that much. And it definitely drew the crowds in when we were still running in Winnipeg and stuff like that. So, and I know there was a good chunk of them that were coming to watch our shenanigans, shall we say?
Yeah, nice.
Yes. So you take that, and I really got to know how, where did the Toxic Juggernaut, the Toxic Juggernauts?
Yes.
You're the German Juggernaut. He's Toxic Tyler James. Where did the whole kind of gimmick? I know you had Mustachios in there, right there. And if you look at the thumbnail of this show, I put this logo on the thumbnail so you can check it out for this show. Where did the inspiration for this whole team and with the Pinkies Up and the Duff, obviously there's a big Simpsons inspiration here. I can tell.
Well, yeah, we are giant Simpsons fans between the three of us. Hence all the references and this and that. And if you pay attention to promos, this and that, we try to slip one or two in there every time. Nice. The Pinkies Up thing, it pretty much started up as a hand gesture that we kind of wanted to do in that sense to kind of stick it to people, shall we say, is the best way to do it, is the best way to say it. And if you do look it up, the pinky up is technically the Chinese middle finger.
Oh,
That makes sense now.
I'm sorry, China. Shit, I didn't know.
Please, China, don't cancel me here, please.
I think you're fine on this hemisphere, brother.
Either way, and that it started in that sense. So it was meant as an insult at first. When we first did it, it was just like, ah, ha, ha, screw you guys, pinkies up, pinky in your face, we're better than you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then, as things evolved and things at Primo's kind of dissolved in their own right, and I'm still traveling, coming out west a lot. I kind of brought the Pinkies Up movement with me.
Nice.
And I was hammering Tyler for the longest time. I'm like, you got to come on the road with me, man. Come on the road with me. Let's go do this on the road. This is money. We got lightning in a barrel here. Let's let in a jar. Let's go do this, man.
Yeah.
Especially now because we're both not getting any younger.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. We want to kind of go out with a bang instead of going out with a fart.
Yeah, I feel that one.
You know what I mean?
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
So yeah, then the pinky evolved into something positive eventually, and then it's pinky bumps for everybody when we come out now.
Do love that.
I've watched you forever, and then like just seeing this version appear in these last couple of days, and I was working for RCW at the time, and I see it appear. It was so much fun for me just to announce Toxic Juggernauts and stuff because I loved it. I loved the gimmick. I thought it was so much fun. And where, like, my other question for this gimmick is, where did the social media aspect come from? I know, like, I've seen a lot of great stuff for you, but what made you incorporate the video to the ring, doing the great videos with subliminal messages written on papers and things like that? Where did you guys come up with the idea to make social media a big part of your gimmick? Because it was a great thing for you guys.
Well, I think it's what keeps us swimming too. But yeah, it actually really all stems back to when I touched base when Tyler was my manager in Ringmasters. Nice. Now, back in the day, this was before smartphones and all this wonderful stuff. We used to have these things called digital cameras that were these big boxy things that you had to like.
Adam, you might not know what those are.
I owned one when I was a kid, dude.
I know.
When I was a kid, oh my lord!
Yes. An adult
these things called digital cameras we used to bring with us. So when I was running as the heel champion there, we used to like to stop in the middle of matches and pose my opponents in different ways and take photos.
Yes.
Oh shit, yeah.
Love that. That's such a great gimmick.
So there's lots of pictures of guys with their mouth stretched open or like on the rope or just like kind of leaning over and just like making a face in there. So it stems originally from that, and then I thought to myself when we first started doing the shtick in Primo's, I'm like, well, we could do this live and like just like show everybody and then like try to see what we can do with that. Because now we have this option of having fancy phones and stuff like that where you can go live on a whim and be like, hey, how's it going, guys? Here's the world and come watch us.
Yeah. It's kind of ingenious because like we saw it a decade ago with like Tyler Breeze and the WWE, but he just it was very basic. He just did it to the ring and that was it. Like I love the way you guys use it because like you have like I know here I can't remember her name. You always hand her the selfie stick. She films I can't remember her name.
Oh, in Edmonton?
Yeah.
That'd be my friend Lindsay that takes care of that.
Lindsay.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
Tremendous camera woman for me, and I want to shout out to Lindsay. Thank you very much for doing the camera work for me every time.
I feel like a jerk because I've known her for years, and the fact that I couldn't remember her name, I feel like an a-hole right now because I've known her for years.
That's right. Hang your head in shame. Hang your head in shame.
Hang
That's
it in
right.
Shame.
Shame.
But yeah, like I love that because again, you guys incorporate it, and again, you're using the same stuff. You play to your own camera too. At times in the match, you're like, "Get over here," and she'll come over and like you'll do something to arrest. I love that. I think that's absolute genius, and the crowd gets into it, even though you're working to your camera. The crowd loves to see those weird ass things,
and they love getting on camera too once they figure out that it's a live film and that it's going out somewhere. Especially the kids. Kids love that shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I absolutely love it. So we did speak of your vehicle. So you kind of decorated your vehicle. Tell us what it looks like.
Yeah, please do.
Well, I felt that the plain black truck that I purchased was just too plain, so I added some wonderful red decals and a large Pinkies Up decal on the tailgate of my truck.
Lovely.
Love
that.
I remember one of the first times you got like I remember you guys in your truck in the parking lot. I'm just like, that has to. I'm like that has to be Moses' truck. It was just like, what the fuck is this? Like I was just like. It surprised me. I was like, "What the fuck?"
The license plate matches now too, eh?
Yeah.
My license plate it's PNKYSUP.
Yeah, I noticed that there was one time where he was driving me. This guy was driving me to an RCW show, and we were right behind you guys. And I'm looking at the license plate. I'm like, well, okay, great. The Toxic Juggernauts are here.
Because again, RCW rarely ever advertise a match more than 2 matches in advance. So as we're coming up to the venue, we're like, "Oh, it's their truck! Fuck yeah, the boys are here!"
I brought the right shirt this time. Let's go.
The amount of times we went to an RCW show and he just put your guys' shirt on, and then you weren't there, and he the little
I was
sad noises. Sad noises.
Yeah. It is what it is.
No. With the truck, it was in for a penny, in for a pound, right? If you're gonna live the gimmick all the way through, right? Ric Flair always had to have his Cadillac, and same idea, right? You just gotta come in style.
Yeah, there you go.
I could just imagine driving through the random places in Saskatchewan, and especially Saskatchewan of all places too. Then and just people that have no idea just go. Pinkies Up, what the and then just the random there's probably been one random Chinese guy going, what the hell? One Chinese guy out there that went, what the hell?
Oh Lord Almighty, I didn't even think of that. I've definitely been asked about it a lot. And it's even funnier. I know more than once driving up the number 2 between Calgary and Edmonton. More than once, I've had guys passing in the truck. All of a sudden, just a pinky up out the side of the truck just because they saw it on the back of mine.
Nice.
I always find that hilarious. It's tremendous stuff.
That's pretty epic because like these guys would have no idea what it truly means. Like so the random people just giving you a pinkies up is kind of crazy.
Yep, and it happens a lot more than you think.
Sometimes it's not a pink, though, I'm guessing.
No. Well, I'm usually ahead of those drivers, so I'm not really terribly worried.
Okay. Because you're passing those people, it's the non-pinky. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So great.
Adam, let you jump in here for
we're talking about touring. I always do like to ask about the eating on the road situation. I kind of feel like I have this question partially answered because as anyone that follows your socials do know, you do obviously, and we talked about it a little bit earlier, that you do have an official restaurant of the Toxic Juggernauts, One Filthy Phil's in Moose Jaw.
Yes, sir.
We already know the origins to that. Are there any other like really specific places that you like to hit up when you're out on the road, especially in other provinces?
Well, I know for the longest time we hit up Carl's Jr. a lot in Regina.
Yeah.
I do that.
And that used to be a standard thing after the show in Regina all the time. The next day, the crew, we used to take pictures all the time and have them posted all the time. So I don't know if you go through my Facebook, I'm sure there's some photos in there. Yeah. In time, you'll see all the people that have traveled with us in the over the years.
Yes.
Yeah, Carl's will probably be the other one that we go to a lot in that sense, but not as much anymore, I guess, because lately we've been doing those Regina shows. We've been hitting the road again right away, and then heading out to Edmonton right away. So it's been an unfortunate lack of Carl's Jr. sometimes, but we make sure to make up with it with some filthy pills, so it's all right.
Absolutely,
there is Carl's Jr. in Edmonton.
Oh, I know. We've hit that one up. There's in Lloyd too. Don't worry, we know where they are.
Yeah.
My favorite's the one on 97th Street on the north side of the city. That's the one I go to all the time.
Yeah. This is a fun question just for the Moose Jaw fans that may or may not be watching this show. What's your go-to Filthy Phil's order?
It's the ultimate cheese.
Yeah.
Ultimate cheese one. You get 3 cheeses on the on your Philly cheesesteak and money.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
I'm drooling now. God.
Buddy, man.
I need to do some research and see if there's one.
I make weird noises when I eat it, and people got to look the other way. It's just insane. Sometimes it just
gets the Homer Simpson. Oh.
Yeah. 3 more feet, and it'll fit in the fridge.
You're
talking about me or the sandwich?
Yeah.
One of the most disgusting jokes in Simpsons history.
It's such a funny one, though. Yeah. Okay. So one more question about touring. What's your touring playlist like? Like just the stuff you like.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
See, I'm a weird individual. I listen to so many different things. Like my music can range from anything. I'd say what you hear mostly in my vehicle, like there's a lot of 90s gangster rap. There's also a lot of Rammstein and like German metal bands. I do lean heavy into like the rock music and so forth. That's pretty much a good chunk of what you hear in my car.
I for a second there, I thought because you were hesitating, I was gonna be like, I thought you were gonna say like Taylor Swift or something.
Oh God, no!
That's what I thought you were about to say. I'm like,
I have a band in my vehicle. There's no Taylor Swift allowed in my vehicle.
Okay, good. At least we have that locked in.
What about Taylor Swift metal covers?
If it's a metal cover, that's different though.
Yeah, because it's metal. Here's a fun little question. You, TJ, Mustachio, big Simpsons fans. You probably can't give me just one, but let's just say top 5 Simpsons episodes.
Oh, I couldn't even give you one. I'm one who loves everything from the beginning to the end. I know Tyler and Stash are both about once season 12 or 13 or whatever it was came about, nothing's good after that and all that other shit.
I can see where they come from, but again, like you, I still watch it. Like,
me too, hands down. I love the humor. I'll dig it till the end.
I'll say this: the first 12 seasons are far stronger than what came after.
I think that's
eventually the thing you start to run out of things to write about, right?
Yeah, right.
So the premise might get a little thinner.
30 years at this point.
So the premise may get a little thinner, may get a little this, but you know what I mean? The ha-has are still there.
I mean, I'm still excited for the second movie that's coming up soon.
Yeah, that should be good too. I'm looking forward to seeing that one when it comes out.
Yeah, for sure.
Next year in September.
I think it's
that one is.
They moved to September of next year, so I'm looking forward to it. But like I was it season 35? Like it's cut like a season or two ago. They did this genius episode where Homer couldn't find a tortoise. Like there's the tortoise from the. And he gets involved with a conspiracy theory group, and they're like, and they're trying to solve conspiracy theories, and it's all like very dumb things, but they're all like it's from the newer stuff, but it's absolutely genius. I think I don't think they hit every time, but when they hit in some great episodes. Like I highly recommend. I can't remember what it's called, but it's him looking for a tortoise, and then he gets involved with a conspiracy group, and it's
I think I remember the episode. It's vaguely coming to mind the more you're talking about it.
It sounds vaguely familiar.
It's of the new stuff. It's one of my favorites in the new seasons. But like, I still say the best Simpsons episode of all time is Homer at the bat.
Yeah,
when they play baseball.
Yeah. With the nuclear power plant, with his homemade bat. Can't forget about the homemade bat.
Yeah,
Wonder bat.
And then all the superstars keep getting like something keeps happening to all them except for the dude that took Homer's position.
General. General. Just rolls off with it, Mom. Don't worry. And then he's like crying.
It's so good.
All right, so I know recently you guys, you and Tyler have started a new show. On the right here on the YouTubes.
On the YouTubes, yes, we finally delved into this. Tyler thought it was a good idea to do some retro gaming since we both love it so much, and we just said, "Hey, why not? Let's take a stab at it." I've seen other like gaming podcasts where kids are literally just sitting there in silence playing games.
Yeah.
So instead, why not a little bit of ha-ha in between, and you get to deal with myself and Tyler playing old retro games and talking shit to each other.
Yeah, it is a fun show. I watched the episode on Mario Kart was a really fun one. I believe you did one. It was either the original Mario Bros. Or Mario World. I think.
Yeah, that would be the first one that we did. Yeah, that was a fun little run through on that one. Oh,
I think you're like 16, 17 episodes deep at this point.
I'm not quite there. I think we're at like 8. I think coming up this Friday. I think is episode 8 coming out.
Oh yeah. I've watched a few of them. It is a very fun show, and obviously we have it down there. Definitely go check it out. It's a fun watch. You get to watch.
Almost definitely. It's good. It's one of those good things you can just throw on in the background too. If you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
It's just funny to listen to.
Absolutely, it's just fun to watch two friends crack the shit. I mean, that's why I love when people watch this show.
Yeah.
Just wait till we bring it on the road, man. If you guys, if you guys are up for it, and we're coming out to Edmonton, and we start bringing that stuff on the road, you guys are more than welcome to come jump in, man.
Pinkies 1-Up and Pop Spot collab.
I'm sure we can make it work. I don't see why not.
Pop Spot 1-Up. Pop Spot 1-Up. Let's go.
Pop Spot 1-Up. Let's do it.
And we got enough controllers. We can play some really fun 4-player stuff, man. Like there's the old turtle stuff. Even we can get into WrestleFest with 4 guys now. At that one.
Yeah.
I think we just filmed the WrestleFest one too. I don't know if it's the next one coming out or the one after. But there is one coming out with it. Like that just came to mind right away there. But yeah, we got a whole setup for that, and Tyler's got it fairly dumbed down so that we can take it on the road with us and hopefully bring in some special guests, shall we say.
Yeah, that would be super fun. I would love to do that.
We're going to pump up our numbers like your guys. Come on.
Yeah. Bump up combined viewership.
Let's do it.
We got nothing but rookie numbers over here. We need some boost.
Yeah.
We're propped up by Backbreaker Media, I'll say.
Yeah.
We started with an art. We were lucky to start with an already established channel here on Backbreaker Media. So I've worked with Mike for over a decade now, so I feel old.
Yeah, starting with an established channel is so important, but like really all the respect to the starting from scratch. Genuinely, it's so hard these days.
Oh yeah, no, hands down, and the market is so saturated with everything too, right? So,
oh yeah,
just got to try to bring something original and different, I guess.
Yeah, there isn't a lot. Like there is a good amount of retro gaming, but in the way that in the platform and the way that you guys are doing it, it's a bit rarer. So you have that advantage. But I love gaming in all of its forms, so I do enjoy the podcast as it is.
Oh, I'm looking forward to pumping out a lot of these ones and getting into. There's a ton of games that we're just itching to get into. It's just a matter of like getting to that point, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's fine. It's finding those right games that do the best for you.
Oh, absolutely. Hands down, and we got some good plans coming up with a high score challenge that we're just starting up. Ooh. So that again will come into possibly having other people come and challenge for it, as well as like maybe game specific stuff as I'm currently sitting as the Tetris champion.
Ooh. Oh my god, that would be so cool to see you and like a Tetris high score pro go 1-on-1. See how that works.
I couldn't even deal with one of those pros. Have you ever watched the way those guys play, man? It's like
yeah, the way they like slap the controller, it is crazy.
Man, I'm lucky if I get to a certain point. I'm definitely very amateur when it comes to those guys.
Yeah.
Like on my Switch, legitimately my favorite game on my Switch is probably Tetris 99 because I love. But like I've only ever won once, and I'm usually knocked out by the top 10. I'm usually knocked out. I got through and won one game in my life in Tetris 99, but people are so fucking good at that game, and it being battle Tetris is very hard.
Oh yeah, because then you get hammered up every time and a couple extra layers, and yeah.
I will say it
happens very quick.
It's such a fun twist on the Tetris formula, but again, Tetris is just such a good puzzle game as it is. So,
hands down.
It's a phenomenal game. I could talk for 5 hours about just retro games.
Too many. You'd start diving down the hole, right? And then it's like, and then this one, and then what about this one? And
okay, so I do have a question then for you. What was your first system when you were a kid? What did you first ever play?
First ever player, first system. Because my first system that I owned was a Super Nintendo. Because I never got the privilege of having anything earlier. But the first ones I played on was I had a buddy of mine, and his dad bought him everything. So I was playing the original Atari 2600 there, you know what I mean? And like the ColecoVision and the Commodore, and like working my way up from there. And then I remember lots of Nintendo playing between myself and Owen, and because we grew up Owen and myself, like Big O there, we grew up as kids, like literally from like the age of 2 and up.
Yeah.
So we've lots of gaming when we were young, and lots of retro gaming, and like between every game that we could hammer through on the NES or the Sega, or eventually the Sega CD, and then that progressed from there. And well, we see where we are now, right?
Yeah, God, there's so much to talk about when it comes to gaming.
I was a Sega kid, but Adam was like one of those like Xbox kids. Like he grew up in that era.
The other Adam, not me, Adam Blank.
No, I'm talking about you, AWS.
Oh no, I wasn't an Xbox kid. I was a PlayStation kid.
Okay, but he grew up in like the PS3 era.
PS2. I had PS2. I had GameCube.
Oh wow!
But I did get a PS3 eventually. But I was heavy into the N64 and GameCube when I started. So that was where my stuff started. I could probably kick most people's asses in Mario Party 1 through 3.
Oh, I don't know, my friend. That sounds.
That would be a fun one. That'd be put that in 20-turn game. Let's go.
I love Mario Party, man. That was always one that I got into so much.
The first 3 are absolutely amazing. 4 and 5 are very strong on the GameCube. After that, it really falls off.
For me personally, but that's kind of like where I was growing up. I enjoy all the Mario Parties 1 through 7. 8 is where you lose me. But genuinely, any of them, I love. There's a YouTube series. I'm going on a small side tangent here, but there's a YouTube series that I've used to get really good at Mario Party, and I might regret giving you this information.
He's cheating.
There is a series on YouTube called Identifying Luck by Zoomzyke. It has all of the information you would need, all the technical information you would need on all of the Mario parties. It is a wonderful series. Highly recommend.
He's a cheater.
I'm not a cheater. I just watch YouTube.
That's cheating.
Sure it is.
See, back when I was young, we had to buy magazines that had the codes and stuff in them. And you had to actually, like, if you didn't have money for the magazines, you had to go there, copy them out.
Yeah. That is true. That is true. But now I've given you the information I have, so now it's not cheating anymore.
The greatest gaming thing in my childhood was going and picking up the PlayStation magazine and getting a jam-packed disc.
Yeah, the demo
playing
disc.
The one level. I remember playing the one level on Tony Hawk on Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 many times that when I got the game, I could just get through that level no problem. I think it was the hanger.
God,
I think it was. It was the hanger. I think.
Oh, that's tremendous stuff. See, that's stuff that just doesn't happen anymore. You can't get that anymore because it's one of those experiences from yonder year.
Yeah, it was a little bit past my generation to have that era of gaming,
Uh,
but it was still a ton of fun.
I miss those days.
Yeah.
Kind of.
When
I miss
games
those
were
days.
simpler, it actually looked like little squares jumping all over the place instead of like literal AI representation of people now in these games. Like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
It
I
is. It is scary how far we've come.
Oh,
remember-
it's insanely scary how far it's come.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Tony Hawk 2 graphic and going, it's never gonna get better than
It's
this.
never gonna get more real than this.
Just like the first time we played like Raw for the 64 with the squared out like bodies and stuff. Oh, look how real this looks. No, it doesn't.
That was me with WWF Attitude for the N64. It can't get any better than this.
Oh, jeez.
Speaking of wrestling, we're gonna try and swerve this back into wrestling
Boss.
before it becomes a 2-hour video game podcast again. Speaking of, so now we're in the present with your career, and we've got what's coming up. So what is coming up in the pipeline for our Toxic Juggernauts? What are we doing in the coming weeks?
Well, we're coming back out to Alberta. We will be in Lloydminster on I think this Thursday. I want to say it's the 12th or the 13th.
23rd, I think.
23rd. Oh wow! Oh, where am I? I'm thinking the next month already. I guess. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, 23rd, 24th, 25th. So that's Lloydminster, and then we're going to Wainwright, and then it's Erskine at the end of that one.
Nice.
So that should be another fun little trip around. We got brand new merchandise coming out. I've got wonderful trucker hats with the Pinkies Up Bitches logo on it.
I might need to get one of those next time you're in Edmonton.
Wonderfully embroidered and so forth. So you know what I mean. You know it's good quality. It's gonna last.
Oh yeah.
And we filled up once again on shirts and tanks, so I got all sizes going again for anyone that's coming to the shows looking.
Lovely.
Show up just to buy t-shirts. That's why we come. We show up to buy
I got merchandise coming out the ass, kids.
Yeah.
Keychains. I got stickers. I've got a comic book that I'm in. I've got pictures. You know what I mean? I've got it all.
I have that comic. I'm pretty sure I have that comic book somewhere in my room because I bought it off you a while back. I know I got a copy. I know I bought a copy of that at some point. I know I did.
Yeah.
I'm crazy when it comes to people having really weird, cool stuff like that. I have to buy it because it's like
it's awful.
Yep.
Yeah. Very cool with unique merch like that.
Perfect.
Yeah,
so
gotta keep it unique.
So yeah, you can find him. Check out his socials for all the different Big Mo Luke, Toxic Juggernauts with Mustachio. You can find him through all of that. Find out where he's gonna be because you don't want to miss. You want to be part of the Pinkies Up Brigade, ladies and gentlemen.
Pinkies Up movement.
It is what it is, my friends. Everybody loves to pump those cookies, man. Plus, we're just two fun-loving guys. Like, how could you not want to come watch?
Oh,
yeah. How could you not want that?
Exactly. You're gonna laugh at some point in time when we're in there.
Exactly.
Yep. So thank you so much for joining us here. We really appreciate it.
Oh no, tremendous guys. I love you guys, man. You're great.
Anyway, I look forward to seeing you next time. But before we go, AWS, where can they find you, brother?
Absolutely. You can find me on the Blue Sky at AWS Comedy.bluesky.social, as per usual. You can find me on the Instagrams at AWS Comedy YEG. And if you want to watch me, my buddy Malcolm, and my buddy Andreas shoot the shit about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, we're still in season 2. I will say we are on a slight delay because our good friend Andreas, who is doing the editing for this episode, is moving. So there is a small issue with that. So that episode will be coming out. It is a little bit delayed. We don't know exactly when it's going to be coming out. It should be sometime late May. It should be coming out, but we're still smack dab in the middle of the Lord Zed era. It's going to be a fun time as per usual. You can find that podcast at the Morphomania podcast at youtube.com/@humanoidfreak2515. And one quick shout out to my boys at the Grindstone Theater, my favorite place in Edmonton. It is a subsidized theater space for new and emerging artists of all types. Stand-up, improv, burlesque. There's so many types of shows, drag, all a lot of fun. My show recommendation for this week is a comedy show run by my good friend Jared Leader. Mike Check. on Sunday, April 26th at 7 p.m. The whole gimmick of this show is that there are 2 comics on stage at one time. Both have a live mic, and they just riff on anything, really. They just debate, shoot the shit with the audience, have a good time. It's a lot much like your Toxic Juggernauts, just 2 dudes having fun. Yeah, so I would highly recommend checking that out. You can find out all their ticket information at thegrindstonetheater.ca. You can find their calendar where they have all of their shows into the future. That's enough from me. Andre C., where can they find you, my friend?
Quickly, you can find me on the X Blue Sky at That Kennedy Guy, Instagram and Threads at That Kennedy. You can find me right here on Backbreaker Video. We're doing the Pop Spot Presents, and all the other great content we do right here on Backbreaker Video. You can find me over at our local establishment on YouTube and Twitch, where I do my show, Marble Talk, every Thursday. Where we chat. Right now, we're chatting about Daredevil, Born Again Season 2. Check that out. Amazing, amazing show. Check that out every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also find me every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern doing Point of View, where we talk about the world in sports. And then you can check out all the other great content right here on Backbreaker Video, all the back catalog of old RCW and MPW and CWC, all the great wrestling content in the back catalogs here on Backbreaker Video, along with all the replays of Mike's watch-alongs for AEW. You see him do that live, twitch.tv/Mike the Ref, every Wednesday and Saturday, along with this Wednesday, the return of Backbreaker Pro Wrestling. You see the WWE 2K26 Universe Mode returns, where it's going to feature myself, AWS, teaming up with Hoju to take on the Blue Shell Battle Club in the main event of the return of Backbreaker Pro Wrestling. You can find that on live at twitch.tv/Mike the Rep, or you can see the replay of that at youtube.com/@Backbreaker_gaming. Whoa.
Deep breath, buddy. Deep breath. There you go. You got it all.
Lots to play here this week.
And for our good friend Big Moses Luke, can I get 2 big pops for that?
Oh, pop.
Pop. I've got 2. That's just how it is. Once again, thank you so much to our friend Moses Luke for coming on for the 4th episode.
Thank you guys for having me, man. I love you guys. I love you guys when you come up to the show too. You bring the energy, man. That's all that matters.
Absolutely. Any last words for the fans?
Hey man, just come out, check us out. If you're not able to check us out on the lives. We try to post as much as we can. Toxic Juggernauts with Mustachio on Facebook. It's the easiest way to find us. Cheers, guys, and Pinkies up. We'll see you at Duff Gardens.
Pinkies up. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to Backbreaker Video, and make sure you subscribe to the Pinkies One Up podcast, because they deserve it as well. This has been Andre C. I have been AWS. This has been our special guest, Moses Luke. And until next time, stay poppin'. Bye-bye.